What is up, dudes? I'm XIKIZOID, and today I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. Like, I don't wanna be a downer or a negative Nancy, but I just had the worst day possible. Like, I wouldn't say the worst day, but I had a pretty bad day today. And I just wanna say that if my energy seems a little bit off today, like, I'm gonna do my best to be, bubbly and happy as always, but I just wanna say that, like, my dog got sick today, had to go to the vet. Everything that could go wrong just went wrong. And I mean, not everything, but obviously some things. But like, I'm still like pretty. I'm still smiling. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Just if my energy seems a little bit off today, like I'm really sorry, but I'll still do my best to like smile and keep you guys entertained. And I also want to say that. Let me just load this save file here. I also wanted to say that I was kind of out of it last time that I played. I didn't actually realize that we were just supposed to choose the person that we chose in the main game. So in our case, that's June, and I chose for this playthrough of this DLC, I chose Damon as a non-romantic route. So I think I'm gonna have to like go back and choose June from this save file over here. But I'm still wondering like whether I should continue with Damon or whether I should continue with June. But just in the meantime, I'm gonna choose June. So let's just choose June here. And I'm gonna tell you why. Like I felt kind of bad choosing somebody else because I'm like very trying to be very monogamous in this playthrough, and also I also tried to like be a little bit more respectful towards Damon because last time we kind of barged into him being like naked, half naked. So that kind of really disturbed me. So we're choosing June for this playthrough now. Enough talking, enough chit chat. Let's continue. So immediately my eyes moved to June, the only one who didn't seem to hide at the captain's mention of the task at hand. Ooh, and I forgot that they were all wearing pink, my god. So, guess I'll be the one to escort you then, June says. You don't have to. It's so good, I don't mind helping you out, and it's good to step outside on a nice day like this. I'm glad that June is always like very proactive and very like open about stuff. He's very like good natured, I would say, so I'm really happy that we actually are choosing him this time. So, good, we'll make sure to bring back the stained clothes in a few. Calderon nods our way and moves out, the crew slowly following suit behind him to get out of the clothes we need to get cleaned. Bash and Aya are still going at it in the back, whispering to each other furiously as they walk shoulder to shoulder. June and I are forced to stifle our laughter when they are both cut short by a withering glare from Ryona. June says, I should get changed. As much as I don't particularly mind pink, this is still a bit too much. Really brings out your eyes, though. I think the pink is starting to play games with your eyes. Okay, so June chuckles softly, telling me to wait for him where I am. At that, I'm left on my own, leaning against a stack of crates and drumming my fingers against the side. Time passes, seconds turning into minutes, and I grow more and more impatient. There's only so long that the stark metal walls of the ship can hold my interest. I'm not certain how much time has passed exactly, but eventually it seems like more than what is needed for a simple outfit change. So we're gonna have the same choice here whether to barge in or just to knock. So I'm guessing we're gonna be able to see June naked, and I really don't want to do that because that seems very like inappropriate and like kind of icky and sleazy. So pushing myself off of the crates, I carve a way through the docks towards where I last saw June, checking every door on the way before coming to a stop in front of a small door located at the far wall. There's no response when I knock, but I can't think of any other place where he could have entered to get changed. So we can knock harder. Unsure if he's really in this room, I knock harder against the door. June, are you in there? It's hard to tell, but I don't want to barge into the room like that. He could be getting changed for all I know. Still, I can't just give up. We have a job to do, and June doesn't strike me as the type to sneak his way out of his duty, so I continue knocking until I finally hear shuffling inside. Ziki? Yes. Sorry, you can come in. Okay, so relief floods through me, and I don't even know why I was worried about him ditching me in the first place. He had sounded happy enough when he agreed to go with me. I quickly pushed the button on the panel next to the door, the soft whoosh of it snapping me back to reality. Oh, back to reality, and oh, there goes gravity. Sim Shady reference over there. So, as I walk into the room. Whoa! Oh my god, okay. So June says, "I'm sorry, I didn't reply. I couldn't hear you from the back." Okay, so I'm seeing what they're doing here. They're trying to like nudge us in the direction of like flirting with June, which I am gonna do in this playthrough. So we are taking like the June path. So let's do it. And we're saying like, "Don't worry, maybe I just didn't knock loud enough." June is still only in his under t-shirt, and I can't help but notice that he's strong. Oh, are you telling me? He has like loads of scars as well, maybe from his from his days of being a test subject, which is like really sad. But I mean, he does have the scars to prove it. You can't quite tell with all the layers he usually wears, but it seems like he works out on a daily basis. Damn, boy. And yet I've never seen him join the others for practice. Maybe he just likes to do it on his own. That's what she said. I just hope you weren't waiting too long. It was quite challenging cleaning the pink off of my gear. He spares a soft laugh as he buttons his shirt, and my mind lets go of the questions about his physical condition. I can imagine. I mean, I'm not sure I even understand how they ended up pink. Ayam and Bash truly outdid themselves with this one, I'll give them that. Yeah. Usually when you mix laundry, it kind of takes off some colors. And if most of the colors are white and there's something red there, they're gonna all become pink. So that's what usually happens. It hasn't happened to me, I don't think. Maybe just once when I was using like bleach. But yeah, so while most of them seemed pretty angry at the outcome, June seemed to think of it all as some sort of a prank gone wrong. It never ceases to amaze me how kind he can be. Yeah, that's true. June is very, very kind. He's the kindest, probably. So, ooh, we're definitely gonna flirt with him. So I'm gonna say, mind if I help? Flirt. He's already pretty much ready, but still, I would like to lend him a hand, or an arm, or a leg. Oh my lord. Mind if I lend a hand? Sure, you can hand me my... Not giving him time to ask whatever he meant to, I stride up to him, taking his shirt from his hands and continuing to button it up myself. Oh my lord. June doesn't say anything, but I hear a sharp breath intake when my fingers graze his chest over the thin fabric. It's hard to keep myself from matching his furious blush, but somehow I manage. The smooth planes of his chest feel strong and tight under my fingers, and my mind drifts wondering what he looks like without his shirt. The tip of a scar peeks out from his neckline. Where is it? Oh, this one over here, I think. And the idea that the scars on his arms extend all over his body is... Oh my god. Okay, so sooner than expected, I'm done with the buttons on his shirt, and a breathless laugh from him blows his a warm breath over my face. Not the kind of help I was going for, but I'm not complaining. Always happy to help. Looking up, I find myself face to face with his kind smile and a slight glint of mischief in his eyes. His softly curled lips are so close that all I have to do is lean in, and realizing just how close we are, he snaps back to me. He snaps me back to reality. Again, the Slim Shady reference, and I awkwardly step back, clearing my throat. Oh, we're definitely like going in for the kill soon. So, ever the gentleman, June ignores the awkwardness hanging between us, donning his holster and vest before making his way past me towards the door. We should get going. Wouldn't want to be out late and give Calderon a heart attack. Yeah, shaking my head, I rush to catch up with him, forcing myself to leave the days June so easily gets me in behind. Yeah, he is really like a very like kind gentleman. He's attractive. So June and I walk in comfortable silence throughout the corridors, with him thankfully taking the lead, as I am positive I would get lost making my way down the docks. Again, that is. How far is the dry cleaners? Not that far. It should be just a few minutes past Oppo's club. It seems... why did I say club so weirdly? It seems fairly cool outside. Maybe we won't even break a sweat on our way there. I share a sigh of relief with him at the thought that as we enter the docks. Nos Vega was dauntingly hot last time we were outside. I'm not sure it would be a good idea to walk under the scorching sun carrying all that laundry on our backs. The docks are much more crowded than when I first came here. It seems Oppo's crew has already loaded some boxes in here. I wonder what they are. Food, medicines, spare parts, weapons. Living like a mercenary still sounds so foreign to me. That June is also a mercenary is even more foreign. June adds his neatly folded dirty laundry into the bag with the others, closing the bag with a knot that looks as solid as him, before picking it up and slinging it across his back. Damn. I'm gonna either offer to help or thank him. I'm gonna offer to help. That's a good thing. Letting him do all the heavy lifting wouldn't be fair at all. We should split the load. You shouldn't carry it all on your own. The back must be super heavy. It's actually pretty light to me. Oh, now he's just showing off, isn't he? He sounds sincere and it's clear how strong he is, but it still doesn't feel right doing nothing to help. Still, let me help. I don't want you to think that I'm lazy. Don't worry, I don't think that you are. It's another hassle. Please allow me. Biting down on my lip, I eventually relent. He doesn't seem to need any help, to be honest. You're helping me by keeping my company on the way. How does that sound? Doing laundry on your own can be quite boring. Okay, I can get behind that. Giving me an easy smile, June opens the landing door and we make our way outside. As we head into Nose Vega, June does nothing to show that the weight must be slowing him down. If anything, I'm the one picking up the pace to keep up with him. The city is awfully packed compared to the last time I was here. Street vendors, food carts, and dozens upon dozens of people take up the streets, making it hard to walk more than a few inches apart from June. Dried flower petals lay scattered all over the sidewalks, giving off a subtle floral scent that manages to slightly overpower the dry air. What's going on around here? Oh, you don't know? Seeing my confusion, June smiles and proceeds to give me a brief explanation as we make our way through the people on the streets. I had actually forgotten all about it. The celebration starts today. I don't think we would still be around here to see it. It's the festival of Valen. Do you remember anything about it? Can't say I do, in all honesty. Is that like Valentine's Day? I probably is. So June says it was based on an ancient human tradition in order to celebrate love. There we go. He seems to describe it very matter-of-factly, and I'm not sure how he feels about it. I'm gonna say it seems fun. It sounds like fun if you're in love, that is. It's interesting. Wanna take a look around? Somehow he doesn't sound like he actually appreciates the celebration. I can look around while we make our way to the dry cleaners. Wouldn't want to be late and give the captain a heart attack, remember? June guides me to the front of him with a hand between my shoulder blades. Ooh, so he's touching us. Okay. Easier to make sure you don't get lost while you look around. Cannot argue with that logic, and it's reassuring to know June will be right behind me while we make our way through those streets. If there is anyone I would rather have my back while on Nose Vega, it surely is June. All around us people are dressed mostly in pink, red and white. Beautiful Kitalfan women with wicker baskets throw handfuls of dried petals through the air, and human and alien children run through the streets with long sticks emitting pink and purple smoke. The air smells sweet like sugar and cinnamon. Oh, that's... I can sense it. It's so beautiful and so cute. I really love the smell of cinnamon and sugar. Let's continue though. And when we pass a food cart, I can see it's filled with all sorts of sweets, cakes, and desserts, some oddly shaped and of dubious ingredients. June makes a quick and easy work of guiding me, and I almost wish he would slow down a bit just so I could take in everything going on at once around us. I must admit I'm far too distracted by the decorations and activities to focus on our task. The idea of spending the day enjoying these festivities is becoming appealing to me. After a few minutes of crowd weaving, we enter a side street lined with several colorful and loud stalls. With a small gasp, I realize these are gaming stalls. Oh, so can we play some games with June? Oh my god, I'll be so happy to do that. It seems June notices my reaction as he slows down his pace and steps up next to me with an amused expression on his face. I take it these caught your eye? No point in denying it, is there? No, there isn't. Not with that look on your face. Let's walk along them, we can check them out on our way. Had I not already been smiling from the atmosphere around us, June's words would certainly have snatched a smile from me. So it's with a light heart that I walk, practically skipping by this point towards the stalls. I wish I could keep a straight face, but the lights, the sounds, the laughter around us, I have no memory of ever being in such a fun place, and I am loving it. The first line stalls encompass activities such as whack a jacko, with cute little mecha rodents popping up and down from their hose, fishing with magnetic poles, cartoony Nolaxian, snow tigers racing, and a whole range of diverse and eye-catching games. Oh my god, I wanna try them all, dude! So spending the rest of our day playing around here doesn't sound half bad, but we still have a job to do so. My thoughts are interrupted by a squeal coming from one of the stalls up ahead. There's a couple of teenage girls in front of a shooting stall, and they look so focused on their targets it's almost funny. As we walk closer to where they stand, their conversation grabs my attention. Teen Girl says, "This is so hard." And Teen Girl's girlfriend, "I know, but look at that stuffed Yasma bear. It is huge." "You really want it, don't you?" "Yeah." The other girl nods enthusiastically, and it's with a laugh that the girl picks up the heavy-looking shotgun from the stall and takes aim at the moving targets in the back. I notice June has stopped by another stall and taken an interest in an intricate lizard mecha on display, which reminds me, doesn't he own a pet lizard? I haven't run. Yeah, remember, guys, the other DLC, the Tea Time with Apple DLC. June actually had a lizard, so, and that was before the main game, and this is during the main game. So, yeah, let's continue reading. I'm actually excited to see what we have to think about this. So I haven't run into it yet. Maybe it stays locked in his room. I'll decide. I'll ask him later. Dispelling my thoughts for a bit, I step closer to him, yet my attention is drawn back to the girls on the next stall. The girl with the shotgun doesn't seem to be having an easy time with the targets, if the way her brows furrow is any sign. After taking several shots at the target, the look on both their faces fall, a defeated air taking hold of them. "I'm sorry." "It's okay, I shouldn't have insisted on getting the main prize." "But I didn't get any prize and I ran out of credits." Oh my god. Taking her hand, the other girl smiles at her. "I'm just happy you tried." It doesn't seem to do much for either of them. I can tell she really wanted the stuffed bear. Oh, I love stuffed bears. Oh my god, they're so cute. But they walk away hand in hand with a small smile, taking a seat on a bench just across the street. My chest tightens for them. I wish there was something I could do. It's supposed to be a happy day. Did something catch your eye? June comes up next to me and a light comes on in my head. I'm pretty sure I would be useless trying to hit those targets, but maybe... I can see the gears in your head turning from here. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong, but... You're good with guns, aren't you? What? I mean, yes, I guess I'm okay. Why? With a sheepish look on my face, I point to the stuffed bear on the next stall, and June's face slowly shifts from shock to understanding. "Oh, you want that?" He's not wrong. I wonder if I should go out and tell him it's not for me now or what. Unsure of what to do, I merely nod in response. June chuckles and leads me to the stall, eyeing the gun with a mild interest. "Excuse me, how many do I need to hit to get that Yasma bear?" "All of them. Wanna try to get one for your girlfriend?" "Oh, we're not. All of them hardly seems fair, but yes, please." So he's not denying that we're his girlfriend, so he kind of maybe likes us. So, I don't know, man. So, what? I have some questions for Mr. Gunslinger over here, but when I shoot him an inquiring look, he shrugs it off as if it would have been too much trouble to correct the Archnos running the stall. Yeah, that's also kind of true, but I think he likes us, to be honest. So, without a word, the Archnos takes the credits from June and hands him the shotgun. It is with no small amount of surprise that I watch how expertly June seems to handle the gun, and even less when he takes the aim with an easy smile on his face and starts firing. And hitting every single target. I'm gonna say, you're good. Yeah, I'm gonna flirt. How did he even, I figured you were good, but damn. Oh, it was no big deal, really. You could do it too with some practice. Well, you won't see me opposing to private lessons from you. Oh, and look at his face. He really is into it. I think so. And June stands up a bit straighter, a smug smirk sneaking its way on his face. Butterflies flutter in my stomach, and I make a mental note on the effect as well. Put ego stroke as on June. We can work something out. The Archnos looks baffled at how easy June made it seem. Even I am, because as much as I had not known he was the gunman on the crew, I had never actually seen him take a shot. Sooner than expected, June puts down the gun with a proud smile on his face and looks at the Archnos. That was tough. Liar. Could we please get the stuffed bear? Yes, sure, the grinning Archnos says. The stuttering Archnos hands us the prize, and June hands it over to me as we walk away from the stall. Here you go. Happy Valens. Oh my god, I'm just now getting it. Like Valens, or like compared to Valentine's, Valentine's. It's so, oh my god. That took me like way too long. It took me like 2 days to get that. And the blush that creeps over his cheeks makes me feel terribly guilty for letting him think it was for me, but I'm tempted to keep it for myself. Until I spot the girl on the bench with wide eyes looking at the stuffed animal in my arms. Are you finally going to start decorating your room? June asks. Actually, I didn't really want to get this for myself. Oh, you wanted a different price? Shaking my head, I proceed to explain to him that what I witnessed earlier, and the surprise on his face is clear. I'm gonna apologize, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you through all that trouble only to... June can hardly contain his laughter and waves a hand at me in dismissal. There's no need to apologize, really. If anything, I think it was great of you to think of them. You could have told me, I wouldn't have minded helping out. I'm sorry. Really, there is no need. Today is a celebration of love, and that is a kind of love just as valid as any other. Love isn't necessarily romantic, and even that isn't necessarily physical. Compassion for strangers is still a form of love. He is right to know that that he's not mad at me is a relief. I'm not sure why I thought June, of all people, would get mad at that. He did save me from Goldis when he hadn't even known who I was, after all. Shall we give this to them? Sharing a smile, we make our way towards the girls, and the one who wanted the stuffed animal pokes the girl next to her as we approach, curiosity and a tinge of hesitation clear in their eyes. Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but... My voice fades a bit under the scrutiny which June notices, cutting it when it seems like I'm about to be swallowed by the embarrassment. It seems that barging in on their date out of nowhere with the prize they were trying to get had been a tad more overwhelming than I had anticipated. We saw you two by the firing stall earlier, and it seemed that you were after the stuffed Yasma bear. Would you like to have it? Teen girl says, Are you sure? The girl that had taken the shot sounded a bit hesitant, whereas the other girl's voice went up several octaves at the prospect. Yes, sure, it wasn't an unfair request to ask you to hit all targets to get it, so we thought we could help, didn't we? It's with mild shock that I realize he's talking to me, so I swallow my embarrassment and try to match his smile when talking to them. Yes, you can think of it as a Valen's gift, please? Well, I guess if you're okay with it. I am. Oh my, can we really? I mean, thank you. Seeing the huge smile break out on her girlfriend's face, the hesitant girl caves, a shy smile tugging at the corners of her lips as well. Thank you very much. Waving us goodbye, the girls take off with the stuffed bear held tight in their arms, and a warm feeling makes its way all over my body. That was very sweet of you. June's validation makes me all the more aware of how big the smile on my face is right now. I don't want to be rewarded or to be seen as kind. It has just felt like the right thing to do, and I have the feeling June understands it. Thanks, I'm just glad that they... What a beautiful and joyous young couple, an old lady says. My response is interrupted by an elderly voice coming our way, and we turn to find an old lady coming towards us from the nearby stalls. She's dressed like a fortune teller, draped fabric and golden beads, making her look even more the part. Oh, we're not. It is tradition to kiss under the... Oh my god, my mouth is so dry, let me just drink some water. It is tradition to kiss under the boughs of a myrtle tree during the festival. It will bring happiness and fertility to a relationship for as long as your love continues to blossom. I'm not sure how to respond to her, unsure how to react when I notice June looking up to check the tree we were under. June makes a weird face after inspecting the tree, a furious blush taking over his whole face. I assume it is indeed a myrtle tree, and a snort escapes my lips when he looks back at the old lady like she's mad. She keeps staring at us, a shameless smile on her wrinkled face, and when neither of us makes a move, her eyebrows knit together in disappointment. It is tradition. Give the handsome man a kiss, won't you? I'm gonna kiss him, yeah. Gathering courage from who knows where within me, I turn to June before I change my mind. The blush on his cheeks is surely a match to my own, and it only makes him look even more adorable. I lean in, brushing my lips against his cheek briefly, his warm skin sending tingles down my body as I pull back. His mouth pops open, and I cannot bring myself to look at him anymore, the realization of what I had just done settling in on my stomach like a swarm of crazed butterflies. The old woman, apparently pleased, continues to wander down the street in search of another innocent pair to attack. Sorry. You don't have to be, It was nice. Nice? Oh great, he hated it. Apparently noticing the way my face fell at his words, June turns me to look at him. His wide eyes doing nothing to ease the blush on his cheeks. I liked it. A lot. His last words come out muffled and I cannot quite make them out, but when I open my mouth to question him, he's quick to turn around and interrupt me. We should get going, we're going to be late. Yeah, I think so too, a small chuckle escapes me, but he's right. My lips are still tingly and warm from that kiss, which regardless of how chaste it was, certainly got me hot. Oh, oh my god. And the touch of his skin fresh in my memory, I can only hear my hammering heart as I follow June down the street. Yeah, and I think, After a couple of hours and quite a struggle with an old and almost broken washing machine, we would all walk out of the dry cleaners. Stretching my arms over my head, I let out a yawn, thinking back on the activities we took on earlier with a fond smile. Thinking back on the guts it had taken me to kiss June's cheek still makes my heart skip a beat, and I'm not sure what that means. Not like we had talked about it since, but it's still here hanging over our heads. Looks like we spent it all day out. He's right, it's already nighttime, and were all meant to do all we were meant to do was step out for a couple of hours to get the laundry done. At least we had a good time, I guess. That ought to be worth getting an earful from the captain when we get back. I know at least I had a good time when my mind inevitably drifts back to the kiss. It is a struggle to keep from reaching up and touching my lips, and it feels weird thinking about it this much. It hadn't meant anything special, I'm sure of it. Didn't I tell you before? What? The way his easy smile had shifted into that forsaken grin of his makes my head spin. The kiss, I liked it too. Saying nothing else, June adjusted the pack of freshly pressed laundry over his shoulders and heads off to the ship. It takes me a few moments to shake whatever he's meant by that off my mind and jog after him. He could not have possibly meant it like that, could he? Oh, I think he does mean it like that. I think that is exactly what he means, actually. So, let me just save really quickly here. Okay, return. And as we head back into Opal's junkyard and towards the ship, leaving behind the city lights and the boisterous crowd that has taken over the streets, continuing their celebrations for the festival of Valen, a few specks of blinking light catches my eye. I steer towards them, pebbles and sand crunching beneath my feet as I veer around the various piles of scrap metal scattered throughout the lot. It doesn't take long until I've cleared the yard, finding myself in an open field with several cacti in full bloom, and realize the specks of light are fireflies bobbing through the air like tiny yellow stars. Wasn't expecting to see their mating ritual while we're here. June walks up next to me, his boots cracking the pebbles beneath them. It is always during the festival of Valen? I'm not sure, I'm not well versed in animal biology, but it sure would be interesting. A pair of fireflies break from the posse and make their way towards us, spinning around each other in what I can only assume is a mating dance. That's very appropriate and kind of ironic, considering that we're also in the stage of, I wouldn't say mating, but somewhere along those lines. And the lights coming from them flicker like stars, so bright and fleeting. I'm gonna stare in awe and flirt with him, we're going full in on this, so words fail me as I watch them flickering lights and coordinated delicate movements. Beautiful, June says. Yes, it is. June's body heat comes off of him in waves next to me, sending chills down my spine, and when I turn, it's to find him much closer than I expected. June looks dazzling. The fireflies' light bounce off of his face, enhancing every angle of his face, making his grey eyes shine like stars I could very easily see myself getting lost in. My mouth goes dry as the memory of the kiss I gave him earlier shoves its way to the forefront of my mind, the feeling of his skin against my lips making my cheeks tingle. I wonder if that moment meant anything for him, if he paid it any mind afterwards. June is such a mystery. I only wish there was a manual I could download and read to better understand how his mind works. Oh my god, that's... he says, are you okay? I'm just wondering. I am too, he says. What about? Same as you, probably. My breath comes out in a huff, and I cannot tear my eyes from June's lips as he slightly runs his tongue over them. His lips look so soft and warm. When my eyes snap back to his, it is to find those gentle grey eyes darkened by desire, and I wonder if the emotions in them match the ones in mine. You shouldn't look at me like that, Ziki. Why? Because I might just, June's fingers went up my bare arm, leaving a burning trail on my skin, and I soon find myself leaning in like two magnets drawn to each other. My thoughts are interrupted by the loud whooshing sound of the ship's landing door opening, and we both immediately pull back with fierce matching blushes, staring straight into the firefly posse. We should go back inside. Calderon's probably wondering where we are. June barely lets out a breath while saying that, swiftly turning on his heels and rushing towards the ship. I cannot process what has just happened with what had almost just happened. Surely a side effect of the atmosphere with the fireflies. Shaking off the feelings threatening to burst in me, I move to leave the scene and join him back on the ship. Looking up to the starry sky and terranean moons, I am certain the captain won't spare us the lecture for being late, but it will be worth it. It was a fun day. I'm glad I got to enjoy the festival of Valen with June. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day! So that was the full DLC. I really want to play like more DLCs in the future. I hope they make more DLCs. I hope that we couldn't save there, so we just have to go over here to the main menu. And the main menu changed actually. It was Rayona before. It was Ayame here. Now they're all in their normal uniforms. It used to be pink here, as far as I can like remember. So yeah, I really like this DLC. I actually loved it. It was like a super fun experience with June. I noticed that there was like whenever we went to the gaming stalls in Las Vegas, there was like multiple gaming stalls with different games. One of them was like with one of those big tiger cats that the Damon really likes. So I'm wondering if that was going to be the actual game we would have played if we were with Damon. So really loving all of these different like options that we have during this DLC. I might play this DLC with other options, for example Damon, Ayame, Rayona even, or Caudron maybe. We'll see whatever you guys like. If you guys wanna see some other like paths of choices that we can make during this DLC, please leave a comment down below. So yeah, I really enjoyed myself. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of the support that you give me, guys. And yep, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.